After going through every game of every week of the 17-week 2016 regular season, we have finally narrowed it down. This week we will be giving you guys our prediction on who we think will make the playoffs in both conferences and who we think the 5 worst teams will end up being in the NFL. So without further ado, here are my 5 worst teams this year. Coming in at 28, I have the Chicago Bears. I just don't think they have the talent to compete in the NFC North. They have Jay Cutler at quarterback. He is so up and down. He turns the ball over too much. They lost Matt Forte as their stud running back. I just don't think they're going to be able to compete. At 29, I have the San Diego Chargers. Now, they play in probably one of the toughest divisions in the AFC West, and I just don't think they did enough to get better. Now, Philip Rivers always can put up good numbers on offense, but their defense is suspect, and I just don't think they're going to be able to win a lot of games. At number 30, I have the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Browns did get some talent. They're going to be getting Josh Gordon back, but I just don't think they're ready to compete yet. RG3 is going to be their quarterback. I don't have any faith in him. So, at number 31, I have the San Francisco 49ers. They got Chip Kelly as their coach. I just don't see his scheme working in the NFL, and they just don't have the NFL talent to compete. The worst team I have in the NFL is the Tennessee Titans. Now, the Tennessee Titans do have talent. They have Marcus Mariota, but I still think they're a year or two away from competing. The Jaguars got better in their division. The Colts are always strong, and the Texans also got better. So I think they're going to lose a lot of games in their division, and ultimately most of their games I have them going 2-14.
For my bottom 6 teams, let's start at number 28, and I might get a lot of flack for this, but I'm giving this spot to the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore is coming off a tough season last year after losing their star running back in Justin Forsett and getting the news that Flacco was injured late in the season. This season could bounce back with Steve Smith, but they play in a difficult division and their schedule will prove to be too much for them. At number 29, I have the Detroit Lions. This spot was a toss-up between the Bears and the Lions, but I think the Bears have some okay weapons to keep them afloat out of the bottom 5. The Lions just don't have anyone that they can depend on anymore with Calvin Johnson retiring. Number 30 belongs to the Tennessee Titans. Now hear me out, Titans fans. I think this season will prove to be a bigger obstacle than some of you are looking at. I have you at 4-12 this season. I know DeMarco Murray is going to be a big addition, but give it another year or two before Marcus Mariota can solidify this team as a tough playoff contender. The second worst team in the NFL, occupying the number 31 spot, is the Cleveland Browns. RG3 showed some flares of being a decent quarterback against the Falcons, but the first touchdown pass was on busted coverage and the second touchdown to Barnage was against a rookie safety. Gotta give them credit where it's due though. With the first pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the worst team in the NFL for the 2016-17 NFL season selects the San Francisco 49ers. It's so disheartening when you look at every game of the season and realize there's one team that has all checks in the loss column. Absolutely horrendous offensive situation, Kaepernick is a total bum, Chip Kelly's okay, and their defense is subpar. Hopefully they pull some trades, get Kaepernick out of there, use this season as an experimental rebuild, and draft the best QB in the next class. With that being said, the very first question of the week gets thrown out there. I want you guys to take a good look at the schedule. Who is your bottom 5 teams? I do not care for the records at this point, I just want to see what the consensus will be in terms of the 5 worst teams in the NFL. Good luck to all, and the best comments will be featured in next week's video.
And now for my AFC playoff predictions. At number 6, I have the Kansas City Chiefs at 10-6. At number 5, I have the Houston Texans at 10-6. At number 4, I have the Denver Broncos at 10-6. At number 3, I have the New England Patriots at 11-5. At number 2, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers at 12-4. And at number 1, I have the Colts at 12-4.
For AFC, I have the Bengals at the number 6 seed at 9-7. The 5th seed is occupied by the Patriots at 10-6. Bringing up the 4th place seed is the Indianapolis Colts at 9-7. That division is going to be an all-out battle until Week 17 to see who gets into the playoffs. The Jets tie the Patriots at 10-6, but due to their tiebreaker, they get the number 3 spot. The second best team in the AFC, in my opinion, is the Kansas City Chiefs at 10-6. With that being said, the number 1 seed, the place where the AFC playoffs will have to go through to get to the Super Bowl, is the Pittsburgh Steelers at 12-4. As you can see by my records, it really will be a fight to the end for this conference for a lot of teams. No one AFC team stands out in my mind.
And for my NFC playoff predictions, at number 6, I have the Minnesota Vikings at 10-6. At number 5, I have the Seattle Seahawks at 12-4. At number 4, I have the Dallas Cowboys at 10-6. At number 3, I have the Carolina Panthers at 11-5. At number 2, I have the Arizona Cardinals at 13-3. And at number 1, I have the Green Bay Packers at 13-3.
For NFC, I have the Minnesota Vikings at the number 6 seed at 9-7. The 5th seed is occupied by the Seahawks at 10-6. Bringing up the 4th place seed is the Carolina Panthers at 10-6, which when thinking about it isn't really bad for a Super Bowl comeback team. The Dallas Cowboys come back to form with a healthy Dez Bryant and Tony Romo, and they secure the number 3 spot. The second best team in the NFC, in my opinion, is the Arizona Cardinals at 11-5. With that being said, the number 1 seed, the place where the NFC playoffs will have to go through to get to the Super Bowl, is the Green Bay Packers at 12-4. With a fit Eddie Lacy and a strong-armed quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, this team will go places in the playoffs.
So there you have it. Me and Hatbox's bottom 5 teams in the NFL and our playoff teams for each conference. Be sure to follow my Twitter handle at BillyBOfficial to stay up to date with my FanDuel and DraftKings players. I'm going to be putting out a couple players at each position that I like to try to put in your lineups, other fantasy football advice, latest Broncos news, and then every Wednesday night I will be tweeting out my top waiver wire pickups and lineups to help you guys win some cash. So be on the lookout, and good luck to you all.
Be sure to follow me on Twitter, as the Hatbox Twitter polls will maintain their current residency on there every Thursday around 5 p.m. and will last until the end of that week. There will be no more videos for the Hatbox Twitter poll on YouTube. Our Week 1 video will be out August 29th. We are hoping to see some big numbers this season in terms of comments and likes, so let's make it happen, people.